everybody? We are officially live. Sorry for the camera. This computer in the way. I'm losing my train of thought. I can't think right now. Either way, um, th this morning was pretty ugly for my trade, to be honest. It was not pretty, I'll tell you that much. But you know what? We made a comeback. As you can see, this is my evaluation account, just so you're wondering right now. This These were like super quick scalps. I ain't proud of it, but I loaded up 5 contracts, super tight take profits just for $200, and I was like, pop, 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 pop. Let's make money. But now we here, we chilling. Market's just falling down. Honestly, I thought the market was just gonna keep running up today, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna be happening. Look at the daily chart here. If anything, this little whole candle might get filled at some point first. The daily chart, I'm kind of just, to be honest, glad that we're coming back down because now we're getting some structure to where we can play levels to levels. And trading all-time highs can be very tricky because the simple analysis is, well, it's going up, just inch long. You would be right. It would just make new highs, but it's just like, oh, it's tough at times to just click buy, if anything. Let me move this camera. Okay, now you can see me a little better. Sorry, guys. I have to be focused on doing this other thing, so you know what? Let me move it a little bit to the side. So y'all can get it. A lot. You can see my pretty face. Wearing the pink shirt today, as always. This is a very comfortable shirt. That's why I wear it. And by comfortable, I mean like I don't know if it's full con. I don't think so, but it's a big shirt. It's like a baggy t-shirt. Low key, honestly, baggy clothing like t-shirts is the way to go whenever I'm at home. Like, I don't want something tight on me, you know. Like I don't want to wear something tight. I want to be home. I want to be relaxed. Don't want to be in tight clothes. Either way, here the market's just kind of dumping down. Took a couple trades. I'm only up 240 on this account, but this is day 2 of trading this one. Crazy yesterday. I think in my third day, I got $200, $150 away from passing my evaluation, and for some reason it wasn't for some reason. I just got stupid. I got so impatient and blew the account. So I have to restart a new one. So this one's at 1700 now, day 2. And yeah, don't really know what else is available. Wow, let's say available, but market's kind of dying down now a little bit. If you somehow capture the top, sorry, if you somehow got in the top, you would be up 927. That's like 200 points. That is good. I'm just glad the volatility is back a little bit. Last week was like watching watching paint dry. But I mean, we're still getting some decent action here. It's like moving about maybe 10-20 within each candle. This is a 3-minute chart, which is what I like to see. You know, if it takes like 20 minutes to move 10 candles, like 10 points, you're in for a long day. But right now, the market is just hanging out here. ES is also chopping out here. So I wonder if this is going to be another bull bear flag forming to make another leg to the downside. So we are below VWAP now. Kind of turning that into resistance here. 5-minute chart over here. And we have another pivot point, which is way down at 25.66. I don't know how realistic that is, but if there's anything, kind of just thinking out loud. And as you always know, this stream is just for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. 90% of day traders lose money, so trade at your own risk. But this level down here might be a good target if this level, market wants to continue falling. Looks like it might be doing that right here. Is this really gonna happen? Would you look at that? Coming down to this level. But either way, Right now, not getting much movement. I think yesterday was a chop fest. It's pretty terrible, if I'm gonna be honest. It was a, it wasn't bad. The volatility was there, but I'm talking like big ranges. It was wild. Let's go look at it. Actually, 15 minutes. Yesterday was here. 13:45. Or am I tweaking? 12. Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't yesterday. Maybe it was another day before. Maybe some day this week. The market was making like 100 point chop. It was like 100 point chop range, but it wasn't like a get to the top, top, top. It was up and straight down. So everybody got burned. Similar to what this is doing here. This bull flag here played out perfectly. This looked like it was another bull flag, but it just dumped. It's one of those things you can never predict the market. All you gotta do is have a system in place and you take a trade based on what you see. That's uh that's all you can do, to be honest. Not much else. If I'm gonna be frank with y'all. Oh, look at that. Came into this range. So is today just gonna be another bearish day? Which is bad, you guys. Bear or bull, I don't care. I'm just here to make my money. And the way I've been trading here lately, I've just been making around $200 a day. 200 around there. I could make more, to be honest. And there's still like the market's still good to trade here now, especially kind of surprising for Friday, if I'm being honest. But I usually, if I make $200, like within the first 5 minutes of the open, I'm done. And if I want to make more, I can make more. But I've been kind of just happy with just making $200. I have two funded accounts. I almost blew my second one today. I'll be honest. I definitely got hot headed, and I am not perfect by any means. I'm not the guy that you see on ranking YouTubers like, yeah, I took this trade here, like with the power of hindsight. I saw that this was my setup because it was forming, a higher low, and the trim was obviously going down, but I just knew that back in 1950 we had this support zone here, so I was gonna enter here, and it was definitely gonna go up. No, that's not me, man. Right now, I still get hot headed and still sometimes going too. Trying to get better at it, but sometimes it happens. But either way, kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh, yeah. If I want to make $400, sure, I'd go for it if there's another chance, but definitely got fried this morning a little bit. I'm up on all accounts, which is great. 200 accounts and um, sorry, 200 accounts, one evaluation right now that I'm a little bit over halfway. I'll show you. This is where I'm at, 1740. So I just got to make another 13, and then I can pass it. But I mean, look at that. We are still getting great movement. This is a 50 points, guys. Like that. This is. Oh, I hope this continues next week too. You know, traders live and die for volatility. Unless you like trading slow markets. We're not judging. I've said it once and I'll say it before again. What matters at the end of the day as a day trader is that you make money. And let's hope my mic is actually working. I didn't even test it. All right, there's a delay in my stream too, just so y'all know, so I can kind of hear the replay of it. But yeah, What a push up. Bulls came in. Is this gonna be the support zone of the day? We just chop here? Is that what's gonna happen? 100 points. Holy, that is awesome. It's not awesome because I wasn't in, but if you like to play support in zone, like support and resistance, maybe you took a trade here and you put your stop loss down here. That wouldn't have been bad, right? So let's say theoretically, you're like, oh, let me go in here, take a take a buy and put my stop loss down here. And this is honestly pretty crazy because this is like a 40 point. Even if one mini, that's like $800, which isn't bad with loss to be honest. But I mean, geez, 100 points, be up 2,000, wouldn't be mad. Kind of just chilling out here now. Realistically, I paid like $200, so the market is moving, yes. And Lee, why aren't you trading? You need to be trading this. The market's moving. No, it's okay. I've made my money today, and that's at the end of the day. For me, that's just what matters. I'm building my account, my funded account. I'm up like, what am I even up? I'm gonna bring up on the other side. First funded account, I'm up 690. That's how much I can take 80% of that. So if we do the math, I'm pulling out the calculator, I can take out 80%. Bam. I could take this out today if I wanted to, but no, I'm just okay with kind of building that up. This recent payout of $1,100 here, it took me a couple weeks to get that, whereas normally I could get that in a day easily. Not easily, okay. Trading sometimes can be easy. Sometimes you get lucky. You enter a good trade, but I'm okay with just building that slowly. What I'm really aiming to do is get back to 500 accounts. That is also why I'm kind of taking it slow, and I'm okay with taking it slow because if I have multiple accounts and I trade that, y'all don't understand like the power of compound effect when you have more than just one account. Now it's a lot. I make it sound very easy, right? But it's not. It's simple in theory, but the execution of it can be tough. Just a heads up. So don't think that I'm saying it's very easy to do it. It's not, okay? And I have had up to I think 800 accounts before too at some point. I was with whenever I still traded with Apex. Blew all those. Fun. With that being said, I'm gonna get to the point. I don't know if I'm gonna be copy trading when I do get the full five. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But I'm realistically okay with just going down the line, just 111. Because normally to get $200 in one account, it doesn't take long. It's just one good trade, and that one good trade sometimes can just be like within the first 5 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes to be honest, of the New York Open. I'm done, and I just kind of go down the line. And there's also the peace of mind as well. That if you do blow account, you still have more, but that's not the right mindset you want to carry. It makes it a lot, I guess, stress free when you know that, okay, I made $200 on one account, but I'm making it on, let's say, two or three more as well. So it's going to add up. And come the end of the week, let's say that you have $1,000 payout that you can take, but instead of just on one account, you can take it on three, four, five, or whoever you trade with 20. That adds up quick. Your little $200 day, like quadruple 10x. What's the word for 10? I don't know. Quintupled or something like that. So trade and try to keep your accounts. I said that, but then again, earlier I just said that I almost blew my second front account. It was stupid, okay? I definitely got high headed. But it all stemmed from me just taking a stupid loss and just impatience. Looking back, it's always the after that you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that. I got lucky today. I'm not gonna say, I scraped my way back up to be plus 200. Yo, Astro, how's it going? I not currently actually, not currently in any trades. Not right now. US 30. Are you on US 30s for like the futures, or are you doing cuz I think you say you were doing options, right? Is that US 30 and futures, or is that US 30 and options? Cuz I don't even know if does a US 30, that's the is that the YM, or what is it futures for US 30? I'm clueless because I just trade NASDAQ and ES, right? That's the only two instruments that I look at. I don't really look at anything else. So like that's literally the only two that I'm looking at, if I'm gonna be frank. Ah, gotcha. YM, you know what? Let's go take a look at that. Oh, the E-mini down. Okay. Where's your entry? Did you enter? I'm assuming, hopefully you got down here, 46, 150. Obviously, this is the power hindsight. I'm not trying to coach you, but I'm just obviously don't know where you entered at. So I'm like, hoping you enter down here so you're up big money. And these are moving the same. Look at that. Bulls are coming through. Insane. Thank you. I would say though, trade was spazzing this morning, and one of my trades, I don't know what happened, but as soon as I entered, it took me out, but it didn't cancel me out of the trade. Like it still went up against me. I was like, what's going on? Freaking freaked out, dude. I started freaking smashing the exit and market, and I was up, like I was down $50, and then it took me down 400. I was like, dude, 2 minutes ago. Okay. How much are you up right now, dude? Because, oh my goodness. Bulls are back in town. So you should be up a couple hundred then, right? If you haven't closed yet. I'm just assuming. You know, not really a little risk. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is tough. Definitely I mean, let's just have it pulled up. I mean, dog, you're making money, dog. This is actually like I hate these moves so much. I don't hate your trade. I'm not talking about you here, Astro, but this like kind of movement, this V up, I hate it so much. It's so hard to trade because like you can get long here anywhere, but dude, I hate it when the market does this. This goes up, 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 up. It's their like I call it the stair stepper of death, right? If you're against this, you're goodbye, your count. But if you're with it, well done. I'm kind of curious. What was your analysis like? Why did you decide that you wanted to go long? I don't know, get into that, but I guess somewhere along here, like what was the thought behind going long? Was it because like we had a bounce here of this zone, this kind of support here? This is the 5 minute chart too, so I know that I think you trade the 1 minute sometimes, so it may not be as accurate. So let me go to the 1 minute. Well, I guess if you trade the 1 minute chart, I mean, bull flag right here. Hey, that played out. That would make sense. 5 minutes doesn't really give you that, I guess. Okay, minute makes sense. Well, hey, you're up, dude. That's what matters. Like, I don't even care what your trade is, dude. All all that matters is that you're making money. In my eyes. All right. As Astro, my story. I'm gotta do my other duties. This is more important right now than what I've, because I'm not trading, luckily. So it's still just going up. Astro, what is this? What is this? Why is it just going up? Actually, yesterday Trump was talking too, so that's probably why the market was also moving pretty crazy. Someone had to bring the market back down to earth, right? Honestly, it's still mind blowing that we are up in the 24,000s too. Because I remember trading whenever I first started out, we were at like 13,000s, and now we're up like 10,000. How many points, dude? If you just magically had 5 contracts at 100, that's $100. 10,000, you would have $1 million. Oh, that's it? I mean, that's not bad. Nah, that doesn't seem right. It's gotta be more. Oh, yeah. Yo, Astro, hit me up with your friend too, Hey, if you know anybody in the market maker, I'm trying to, piece myself with those guys. The market maker. Or pal, dude. Imagine being like your friend of pals, you know. I'm pretty sure he's a good guy overall, and maybe he has good morals and character, but imagine pal was a unethical guy and you were his friend and you're like, dude, I need money. Can you do me a favor? Just put your hand up and then bring it down. Put a thumbs down, and then the market just starts to tank. Whatever. That would be crazy. It's one of my goals. It's like a very low goal, but meet somebody that makes big banks trading. Look at this. It's still just going up. Yeah, for real. YOLO all your savings. You can make a lot of money. That's one thing with trading too. Like there's a lot of downside to it, but the good when it's up, when everything's good trading, everything like when it's good, it is great. And the one thing with trading too, I know that a lot of people, it is true that you can't become a millionaire overnight, but technically, if you had the money and you actually knew how to trade and you were very, very smart with trading, we'll say that you're a special wizard. you could become a millionaire overnight, but that's like a 1 out of 10 million people. Yeah, actually, I've kind of noticed that the morning sessions have been. I mean, this morning session is really good so far, but like the afternoon session has been where it's at for some odd reason. Like the market is just like moving in the afternoon, and I sometimes I've been kind of like we've had good volatility. I'm not ungrateful, but I just wish it was in the morning because I prefer to trade in the morning because I don't. For me, I don't know if it's a good mindset or not, but I really just want to get done trading. Like I like trading and it can be addicting, but to be honest, like I just want to get done. Like I want to open my charts, you know, take my setup, take my trades, just be in and out. I don't want to be staring at a screen all day, all the way into the afternoon session. Like I want to get done and kind of training myself now to whenever I become a full-time day trader of just hey, I want to log in, take my trades, and then just go to the gym and enjoy my rest, enjoy the rest of the day. Build out some compound, and the compound effect. Get to 5 accounts. That's what I want to do. That's the goal at least. We're still going up. Hopefully you're still in this trade, Astro. Did you close out your trade? This is the 1 minute chart. So, I mean, if you haven't closed yet, holy doc, what is this? It's just going up. What's one tick, or I guess one? What is the like? How much money do you make on the US 30 on the Dow? Water. Like, how much is each tick worth? Damn, dude, you're still in? Um, I did Astro. Oh, we'll put it this way, Astro. Yes, but it's not big. I probably have in total like $50 invested. I know it's not that much. I used to have more, but once I started futures, I kind of this is bad. This is stupid. I understand, but I just want to be honest with my shortcomings. I guess I took the money out and I used it to fund my futures, and it's kind of paying off now. I mean, it's at the beginning it sucked, but like now I'm doing pretty good. But honestly, I regret taking the money out. I really should have just left it in, and I do want to get back into investing as well. 100% want to get back into it. But for right now, the reason why I'm not investing too much yet is just because I want to make a lot of money first. And the mindset is not to focus on investing. Because one thing about investing, I've learned this is just me, right? This is, you know, my belief. And dividends, yes, dividend stocks. I used to have actually very quick off topic. I had over $1,000 in realty income. I was making it's like it was very small there as well, but I was making dividends. I think dividends are the best ones that I really want to get into, just so I don't have to worry about it. It's like a low return, but once you have a lot of money, dividends definitely compound up very quick. But also, why I'm a little bit hesitant, not really investing much in right now, is just because I want to focus on making a lot of capital here first, and I've kind of learned over the past. Now, dividends definitely are great, but there's a great guy on YouTube. Actually, his name's Nicholas Crown, and that guy's, I mean, he's a genius, Wall Street investor. And one thing he said that really resonated with me, or I guess clicked, is he said investing is not meant to make you rich. Now, some people do get rich off investing, right? I'm not saying it doesn't, but he said investing is meant to keep you wealthy and rich, not make you rich, right? So I look at that, and obviously for me, I was like, man, that seems kind of stupid. But I think about it of like a lot of people that made their money, they made the big capital from one venture, and then once they got that money, they started spreading that into other long-term investments to help them, stay wealthy. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now, following that mindset of, you know, trying to make a bunch of money here first. I'm not against investing. I 100% agree that you should invest, but I just want to make a lot of money first and then spread it out to kind of keep it wealthy, you know? And I'm in a situation, I mean, yeah, 100%. It's that cushion, and that's where you spread, when people say don't put all your eggs in one basket, that's really when you spread your eggs out, right? At least for me, that's how I feel. So I'm not in a position to where I can invest hundreds of $1,000s into the stock market. Not yet. My time will come. But for right now, my focus is just solely making as much money as I can upfront because I'm still young now. I want to make it here. And then once I get closer to my 30s, you know, I want to be able to invest, at least have six over like well over $500,000. Let's say $500,000 invested away. Like that's my ultimate goal of what I want to do with investing. But maybe I'm not opposed to if there's a really good company out there that I deem that it's worth to invest. Like let's say like Nvidia, right? Nobody a couple years ago, a few years back, they were really low. So if you invested like if there's a great opportunity for me to invest a low amount, I know it sounds crazy and it's very unlikely, right? It's a unicorn, but you find that one stock that you can just ride out, maybe put $300 in, and in a couple years, obviously you can't predict it, but let's say that it's a really, really low cost investment, but the return on it has like great potential. I'm not gonna say no to that. Like I will invest into it, right? And even holding over like 10 years wouldn't be bad. But that's just my spiel on, you know, investing. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, but yes, I will eventually, hopefully sooner rather than later, start investing. That's what I want to ultimately. And trading too, like I want to exactly. Finding that stock can be hard because you never know which one's gonna pop off, dude. The one you think is gonna pop off is not the one that pops off, but the one that does pop off is the one that you kind of just neglected. And kind of funny enough, too, I was into the whole Doge thing, right? And I at some point was up $4,000, didn't close it out for 4,000. I ended up taking only 1,000. Oh dang, really, Astro? That's true. There are signs too, but man, 10K. Yeah, if you invested, I actually, yeah, 120. Okay, I was like 12,000. I was like, when did it get to 12? But yeah, Nvidia actually, it's funny enough. I do have a little funny story. It's not big, but I have back whenever I got Cash App, okay, and whenever you get onto it, they like give you $1 in a stock, right, or whatever, one of the stocks that you win for free or whatever. And I think I had $1, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just? I had $1 in my account, so I was like, I can't withdraw it because they won't allow you to. It's just $1. I think you have to have a minimum or whatever. But if you were gonna take it out, I think they were gonna take a small little fee. So I was like, I'm not gonna like $1. Let me just throw that in Nvidia. I threw it into Nvidia, and I think it's like 2021 or whatever. You know, logged back into it. I think last year was whenever it was really running up. I checked my Cash App. I was like, dude, I am up 900%. Now it was only at $9, but kind of to play with your like not play with your story, but like kind of to relate to you, Astro. Of like, dude, if you invested $10,000 at that time and you were up 900%, dog, you would be up 90,000. Like crazy. Nobody really could have predicted that. Well, I guess some people were saying it on YouTube as well, but for me, it's always like always happens to like yeah. So like it's at $9. I think it's went down a little bit, but a 900% return if I hadn't just invested more. Because that was just like one of the things I was like, let me just throw $1 in here and see what that does. Sure enough, a few years later, see like that would be like a great return. I definitely could get into that. Finding those kind of stocks, I absolutely love doing that. If you can make that, that's a lot of money. You know, of course, right? 90,000. Some people are like, yeah, but you can't survive on that for you can't retire on that. That's not the point. I think it gives you enough to really take that money and go make more money with it, right? Like find a way to turn that money into more money. I hope you're still straight, Astro. My goodness, I don't know what each ticket's worth, but you sir, are making good money. Look at that. It's respecting this 8 EMA on the 1 minute chart. So good. Wow. Impressive. Oscar Healthcare. I haven't heard much about that. Let me do some research. What is that? Oscar Health. My phone. I just got like a million. Oscar Healthcare. What's their stock at? Or I guess what's their ticker symbol? Oh, just found it. It's OSCR. Okay, found it. It's at $19, so they're down $1.73 today. Not bad. 6 month. Oh, so they're at the all time highs. I get in the 6 months year to date. Oh, yeah. What did they start at? 13, 13, 13, 12. Yeah, they're pretty good. Not bad. Are they are they a dividend company? I don't think they offer dividends, do they? Earnings. Oh, they probably don't have it. Yeah, no. I gotta find me some more dividend stocks to invest into. I mean, I know that your typical Coca-Cola, um, I think Apple offers some dividends as well. They're pretty good. They won't. I don't think they're gonna ever go out of business, you know. But definitely, I gotta. I think realty income is in my opinion, maybe I'm biased because that's my first one. It's like your first girlfriend. I'm just kidding. But I uh I know that I think realty income is probably one that I want to get into. I just gotta find some other ones. Coca-Cola, like I said, like the most basic ones. They're here to stay. Unless Apple just decides to say screw everybody else, but I think there's a low chance of that happening. Now could it happen? Yeah, it could. KHC is craft. Really? What are we at? Let me look it up. KHC. KHC stock price. Oh, Kraft Heinz, yeah. 25 bucks. Let's see, what are they at for the 1 year? Yo, what? They were at 33. What happened? 5 years. So at the highest they were at, dang, they were 96.65 at some point. $96 back in 2017. Yo, yeah, they dipped. They dipped very far. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right, Astro. Dude, dividend stocks are definitely smart. I'm right there with you, Astro. And it's kind of like a no-brainer too, you know. And like the compound effect is great. I like how dividends you can do like the drip method where you just have it reinvest itself, which I know some people out there say it's stupid, but realistically, I mean, even if you just had $1,000, it's not bad at all. You know, I'd say that you put $1,000 and you kind of forget about it. Maybe you don't want to, like maybe you're okay, you know, if you're just investing and you don't do like anything big, right? Let's say a regular person that's not day trading, that doesn't have a business, not really pursuing anything. Maybe you just work a job and you make really good money from your 9 to 5 and you have the extra income to invest. It's not bad either, you know. None of this is financial advice, but that's just my opinion, right? This is just me kind of speaking out my mind. I think that's what I would definitely do, because it will compound. Like the snowball effect is very real. The weird strategy, I'm gonna be honest, I do not. So if you want to explain to me about it, I would love to hear about it. Actually, I'm gonna search it up too. It's, so I'm googling this, but explain to me as well, Astro. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Explain it like you are telling it to a fifth grader, because I can do all this big stuff, but I'm like, explain it to me as if I'm a fifth grader. All right. Hmm. And while you type that out, I'm doing research as well on it, so I'll kind of get the gist of it. So cash puts new. Oh, so where would you be making, like, how is the money made? Oh, options lose value with time. So basically, do I have it right? I think I might be overcomplicating it. So I'm looking at some examples of it. So according to Google, it's a repetitive income generating option that involves selling cash, secure puts, and covered calls on a stock you're going to own. You collect option premiums and potentially acquire stock at a discount. Okay, 100 shares of a certain stock. Go on. I'm not well versed in like the options kind of world, so all I know is futures. All I know is day trading this. But 100 shares, okay. It's a stock price, explain your stock price distribution. Okay. So, okay, the premium, what is that premium? Like what does that mean? Like is that like does that mean that you get that stock at the price that you wanted it at? And like do I have that correct? Or am I to like completely off the rails and I'm thinking about something else completely? Because I know I'm looking at it and it's mentioned in the premium as well. Wonder what I'm doing. I am still trying to find out the call premium, premium. maybe I should do some more looking into that as well. Like, I love making money any way that I can. If it's a good way to make some more money, hey, sign me up. Okay, so around $100 have a nice premium. So you start off by selling a strike price. Okay, go in the current price. So based on your experiences, Astro, on that, like how much money have you? Yeah, yeah. Throw some examples in here, dude. Definitely throw some examples in the chat. Like, I guess what are obviously it's money, and I hate saying this because I don't want to sound like that guy. But like, how much money could you make from doing it? Let's say, obviously, you lose money, make money. I know that, right? But yep. So KHC stock, go on. Kraft Heinz, which they're like $25 now. Continue, continue. See, this is great. This is one of the things I love about YouTube is that you can come on here and people can teach you how to do a lot of things that you never knew. I'm like a baby whenever it comes to the stock market stuff. So this stuff's interesting. 2030. And I'm assuming that's just like based off the premiums, right? Which if you wanted to have on that, because I think you said you mentioned 100 stocks. So right now, it's $26. We're just gonna round up. So you just need $2,600. I guess with options and the put and stuff, it's a little bit different because you're buying at a you can options you can buy to like a lower amount for big stocks, but okay, go on. So $25, $40. Then you sell put on craft funds, okay. Oh no, we're dropping. So I know keep typing out Astro, okay. Don't stop typing to answer me. But look at here. You've made some good money, dude. That was 40 to 80, so 40 points. No, no, no. That was more than 40 points. If you have a dang, how much is that? Keep typing. I want to see it. How much is one? Oh, $5? Oh, so 50 cent. So let's say you had $2.50 and it went up to 400, 220. I'm assuming you got in right here, so 260, 400 minus. Excuse me. Up 350, yo, it's pretty solid. Okay, all right, so 2540. I want to set option lower than what. All right, so I want to sell any option lower. Okay, strike price 24, premium 30 for next Friday. I would sell 24 for net was 30. If price stays above the 24. Oh, dang, really? Okay, that's starting to make sense. So how long do you normally have to? I guess each expiration date is different, right? But like, what's the what am I trying to say here? Like, how long does the process usually take for you to to go through like I guess one option, right? Or I guess one trade. Choose any expiration. Really? So could you theoretically, let's say that choose like a next day to end? Is that a thing? Because if so, maybe I'm just too optimistic. Because I'm like, you could probably just do that every day. Now, obviously, you need to have the PDT rule is in fact okay. So if you don't have that money, I understand. But thinking about it, weeklies, okay. But even then, it's like if you're making an extra $30 or whatever the premium is, because I know like you say it's around 100. That's insane. You make an extra 125. Now that's silver, okay. So I'm assuming, I guess, you would technically just lose money when the strike price is below the amount you put in, because then you would then have to buy the um the stocks at that lower price, right? But then I guess if the market goes up, you could just sell that and kind of make your money back. But how often does it happen where it's below your strike price? Now, if it's daily, I guess it could be different. But ah, it seems like oh yeah, huh? That's true. You're right. So it's you don't want you can go up or down too. Yep. Okay. I never knew that. It seems like it would be. It seems like in theory it would be very easy to abuse. No. So I kind of think like obviously not everybody has capital, right? So it maybe that's the hard part. But like if you're if you have the money and you make three a day, three trades not a day, three trades a week. You're netting 375 extra a week. Let's say you just somehow like are a god at this. Okay, so you'd be making an extra 600. This is pre-tax. I'm not a tax accountant, so I'm not gonna even get the tax. But I mean, like, let's say you get $900 an extra month, and then you can just reinvest that and just keep doing it until you eventually get to making the 25,000 for the PDT rule. Interesting. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. I never knew about that. The stock market is a it's a very interesting place, and this is not bad either. I mean, even like this is good. If you're making an extra $1,500 pre-tax, okay, let's just say somehow magically you get to keep $100. If you making like it doesn't seem much, but I mean extra $900 a month. If you just take that money and you're not stupid with your money, and you can be smart with it. That's a really good way to earn some extra income. Pay for some funded account, well, funded accounts, pay for some evaluation accounts, for some platform accounts. Yeah, I am open. I am open to it, Astro. Let me know, dude. Because I'm like half the time I'm like, do I just? I don't know that Reddit is a really good source sometimes for some stock stuff, but I'm definitely open. You know. Okay. Let me note that down here, Astro. Ah, what's funny is now that you brought it up, and I've searched on my phone, I am gonna get nothing but weird strategies on my YouTube now. They're listening, Astro. People are watching. The feds, my FBI agent is gonna be sending me A lot of wheel stuff now, or wheel stock market stuff. But side note, are you still in this trade, Astro? Because that is crazy if you are, dude. I definitely am. I think wheel strategy is good too. I know that a lot of people out there want to start like in the stock market as well, and for a lot of them, day trading isn't what they need to do. But some people don't flourish in day trading. Maybe they are better at swing trading or like doing the wheel strategy. Stop loss break even. Oh yeah. I mean, I hope this freaking just smashes the highs, dude. One thing I've kind of learned is I never, even if unless you really do me dirty, I hope you suck at trading. But other than that, for the most part, dude, I want everybody to win because I'm like, I wouldn't want my own downfall. So, dude, I hope this trade is a freaking banger for you. Are you on a funded account, or is that it's like an evaluation that you're trading on? While you do that, you gotta catch up on some stuff. Ooh, yeah. Personal, okay. Speaking of personal, I would love to get back in personal. It's so tough to trade personal accounts sometimes, and I've done it. Actually, I started out like that was my first thing I ever did. I literally loaded $2,000 into it, and I've shared my story multiple times. But I remember putting like $2,000 of my own money in, and I look back at it, I'm like, man, if only I would have. Well, it wouldn't have changed. I guess I still would have lost the same amount of money. Like the money I lost, I would have lost either way. But I'm definitely glad I found out about futures. But definitely want to at some point once I get more capital, I definitely want to get into a personal account. And to be honest, I'm still gonna trade with preference. I think like I'm never gonna get away from it because why trade your own capital when you can trade with someone else's? Now understand these evaluate funded accounts are not live, but even then, you can still get paid out as if it were a personal account, which is great. But I definitely want to have my own personal account as well because there's so there's a lot of freedom with personal accounts, but with personal accounts, Astro, I'm pretty sure there's comes with a lot of risk as well too because nobody's gonna stop you. If you blow your account, you blow your account. No prop company's gonna be like, yo, man, you probably need to chill. It's just you. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Fund account, like personal accounts, definitely take it more seriously. And those losses kind of hit a little bit harder as well. Like taking loss sucks, but when you're on your personal account, that's real cash. Like right then and there. But that's also like the upside of it too is, you know, if you made $1,000 on a personal account, this, Astro be pretty cheap, but it's like that's $1,000 that you have. You don't have to wait on anybody to give you permission to give you that money, which is the beauty of having a personal account. But on the other side, good things always have bad things, but I tend to just look at the good things. That's one of the like things I love about having a personal account. When I make money, I mean it's my money, right? Like, oh, if you made $20,000, you can take that $20,000 out. Nobody's gonna take their little part of it. I know some like I think Tradeovate gives you they charge a fee sometimes if you take out too much money, but it's very minimal. But even then, gosh, what do these people want? Trading in person is nice, but trading funded is not bad either. To each their own. Luckily, with the prop firm I have that I'm with, won't mention their name yet because I'm not affiliated with them yet, and they don't want to partner with me for some reason. But the prop firm I have, they have a daily payouts, which is a blessing, which is freaking awesome to be honest. It sucks that I can only get an 80% commission, but it's not bad at all either. I'm not gonna complain. The daily payouts definitely is nice. Having the option to do that, definitely a blessing. It's a lot better than some accounts that force you to trade X amount of days. Which I get, they need to protect their profits too. As a company, they need to protect their profits. And as a business owner, I completely understand. But some of them just have too many rules that are set against you, right? And everybody, I feel like you know what I'm talking about too. Who I am talking about. It is Apex, but I mean, Apex pays their traders. No matter how much, they may be hated. Apex, they're a legit company. It just sucks that they have so many rules. And at the end of the day, you are at the mercy of someone else that probably isn't even a day trader. They don't understand what you've gone through, and they're telling you yes or no. And usually, much like if you're in the U.S., I don't want to get political, but anyways, go to prop firm. Well, my go-to right now, it is this one that I'm training with. I'm not gonna mention the name, not until I get affiliated with them. And am I petty? Yes, but I ain't giving out that free juice, man. I used to, uh, I used to be with Top Step until they did the whole debacle of, they definitely did their affiliates dirty. A lot of them, and I was one of them too as well. But I mean, overall, if we're looking at legit companies, like Top Step is legit. As long as you're getting paid out from a prop firm and they don't have anything shady going on, I think that's a prop firm. But the one I'm with right now is definitely my go-to because it has daily payouts. Their evaluations are, for the most part, not the cheapest, but they're not that expensive either. So this is the only one that I trade with right now just because they offer daily payouts. Now, if Apex got rid of a lot of their rules, I'm gonna be honest. If Apex got rid of all their rules and they didn't have, you know, I mean, the rules are good. I think that's good, but if they just got rid of the whole, oh, we need to review your trades and everything, they get rid of that and just have more like black and white rules. And I'm talking like not 10, 20 black and white. Hey, you need to do this. If it's just like a simple rule of trade 5 days, make X amount of money, or trade 7, 8 days, just make X amount of money, and you can get paid out. Then literally, they would be the best because they allow you to trade 20 accounts. That in itself is pretty amazing. If you can get 20 accounts to payouts, that you can do a lot of magic with that. Yeah, that's true too. And that's where like they make the most of their money is obviously they make it cheap, but they get their money in droves of volume, right? Similar to like Walmart, the company out there. Walmart has very cheap prices, but where they make their money is volume. They can outlast everybody as far as like merchandise goes because they have it. They can get it. They can sell a bunch of it. But definitely, if they did make it simpler, they probably would be raising prices as well. I just don't like how even if you do follow all the rules correctly, you are still at the mercy of someone else clicking a button that, hey, no, like you blew a rule, and they don't even they say that, oh well, we have a team that does it, but you can't even talk to this team that does it, that rejects you. So it's like, so who's reviewing my trades then, like if I can't talk to them, I've proven myself, and I've been through this as well too. Like I've proven my trades with, I broke my trades down, I sent to this rep, and she was absolutely nice, right? But I was like, can I just talk to these people? He's like, oh no, you can't talk to them. Like, what is this? Like, that's so shady. So you tell me that I was denied because of a rule that I broke, but I want to get clarity on the rule, and you can't break it down to me. And your answer to me is just go read the rules again. But you know, like, see what I mean? If they just like got rid of that, to be honest, they would. I think Apex would definitely be up there, along with one that I'm with right now. This one that I'm with right now, I don't understand why people don't trade more with it. Maybe it's the pricing, but in reality, like, sure, valuation suck. You have to trade for 5 days before you can pass it. But even then, Apex still requires you to trade. You can pass in 1 day, but you still have to trade 8 days minimum with Apex to get a payout with them. And if you do like the quick math with it, if you are a great trader, right? If you're a good trader and with the platform with, you pass in 5 days, technically on 6th day, you could get a day one payout. I've done that before, and I know that many people out there that are gamblers have made money. I'm not saying you should do it, okay? This is not financial advice, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen it happen, just seen from my experiences. And once you get past that, you just don't go into that buffer. You can literally just keep taking day payouts every day versus having to wait 8 days. I mean, to each their own, right? Each platform has their goods. Each platform has their bads. I think the main focus is just, are you getting paid? You don't want another fast track trading situation, right? That I think everybody knew was too good to be true, and definitely a lot of people got suckered into that. Luckily, I didn't trade with them at all. I'm a simple sign. I just saw that, you know, I just had a feeling that they were not good for me. And speaking of that, I don't even know whatever happened to that guy, but I think he ended up doing something else. He has a car dealership, whatever. He rents out cars, but with those type of people, stay away from 'em. Look, you can definitely change, but it doesn't mean we forget. There's a saying: forgive but not forget. Apex, I think, yeah, I haven't traded them in a long time as well, but sometimes occasionally I'll tune into other traders that have like discounts. I think they're normally 80% off. 70s are normal, but I think like you can definitely um still get it for pretty cheap. It's funny because I actually still have my affiliate code with them, but yeah, I mean they're pretty cheap still for the most part. I think they have like a one-time activation fee. They bumped it down. It's depending. You want to get lucky and get on their like 90% sale, so you can buy for like $21 or whatever. I don't know. It's been a while, but around that price, and then their activation fee is usually around $80. So still, you're paying under $100 still. But the good thing with that is you can get funded in 1 day. That's also where you get a lot of people too, because well, I guess where they get a lot of people, a lot of traders will just come in and full port. I've done that too as well. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I still trade with them, because I'm not trying to spend all my time in the evaluation phase. You want to be, I get it. You definitely want to be disciplined in the evaluation phase, but at some point when you become, I guess, a when you know how to trade and you've made money from preference before, realistically, as someone that's making money from day trading or from a prop firm, it's just a waste of time for me to spend too much time in there in evaluation. It's one of those things. But if you do trade with Apex, if you ever decide, make sure you read up on their rules because it is I don't even know the rules, and I don't think I fully understand it yet either. And I was trading with them for a while. Which my last time trading with them, made $4,000. I think that was like the beginning, towards the beginning of this year. Like I think it was February or March or something. That's where I made my money. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done. And I posted that video. But we're done with them. Yeah, maybe if they get better on their rules, I might go back. Who knows? Or maybe if I just somehow become super disciplined day trader, and I can get the 20 accounts to pay out. Because I know trades by Matt. That dude, I think he was a kickstart of like Apex really, and there were obviously other traders before him, but I think he really set a precedence for everybody else to see like the power of 20 accounts. Because he took $40,000 payouts, but the guy only makes like $200 a day. And normally, whenever he was back with Top Step, like not a lot of people didn't say much, but as soon as he did that, like it's kind of crazy. Everything started taking off after Trades by Matt did that. And then you have Trader Kane as well. That guy's insane. Jade Cap as well, where they made over millions of dollars. You have Patrick Whelan, who made over $500,000. Like the compound is there. I just wish, like I said, there wasn't somebody at the end of the helm that I don't know this person exists or not, or they can deny you because you can follow every single rule, but when you're at the mercy of somebody else and they control you, that's tough. Anyways, not much is happening. Market's kind of teetering down. Market's kind of losing its juice here, so I think I might go ahead and end the stream here. Definitely just wanted to pop on. I mean, there were definitely opportunities to trade, but I've made my money on my other accounts, so I think I'm only up like 400 with two accounts combined, excluding my evaluation. But I'm happy with that. So we're building it up, and just want to get to the point where I can consistently take payouts and hold those accounts as well. But other than that, I'm gonna call the stream here. Astro, as always, appreciate you jumping in, tuning in, keeping the chat going, and everybody else. But deuces, have a good Friday, and be smart with your trading.